Hi, everyone. Hi. I am a little late. My apologies for that as you're coming on. I had set up beautifully out on the deck with the background of the lake here for you. I give you a little extra piece. And the challenge was that the bees came out. The bees came out. So um, I'm live. That's good. That's good over there. We're good here. I hope that everything's well for you on this um, uh, over the hump day of a long weekend, of a short week after a long weekend. Over the hump day of a short week after a long weekend. I hope that you're having a great day. And if you're here, let me know. Just say hi, check in. If you're here on the replay, please hashtag replay and let me know that you are here. And if you receive any ahas during this time, I am going to be going back and forth to make sure that I hit everybody on here as well. So we are going to be talking about 3 ways to amp up your clarity today. I'm going to do about 20-25 minutes. So grab some water. If you have a pen, and you want to jot down some things, that would be great for you to get those ahas. For those of you who don't know me, I am Laura Clark, the founder of the Wise Living Institute, supporting you to awaken that inner knowing, that intuition that lies within, align it with your purpose so that you can step forward, living your truth passionately and courageously for greater joy in your life. And I'm really excited to share this with you. Thank you for anybody that participated in the poll about what do you do to get more clarity in your life? And the 3 top answers were walking, hiking, and meditating. And I'll talk a little bit about why I believe those 3 answers were the top ones. But man, there were some really great answers that came in that poll. So thank you. What I want to share with you are 3 simple techniques, and you can expand upon these techniques and go very deep with them, that help you take those things that you do to go get clarity and amp them up, raise up the ability to get that clarity for yourself. Because when we get clarity, we get peace of mind. When we get peace of mind, we get centered. And when we get centered and clear, creativity comes to us. That's where what I call, those hits, that intuition, those downloads. That's when that inner knowing rises up and you get answers to the craziest things. Even if you're going out trying to find the answer, right, to a certain question, you may come back with an answer to another question, or you may come back with a really great concept of what that answer was for yourself. So it really is important to get clear and gain clarity in your life. One of the reasons that hiking, meditating, walking, somebody wrote knitting down, allows you to gain clarity is because they're rhythmical activities. You get into a rhythm. And when we get into a rhythm, we allow ourselves to stop pacing, stop going back and forth erratically. We get into a rhythm where our brain isn't constantly being bombarded with different ideas. When you can get into a rhythm, you get into a place where you can breathe and gain clarity and peace of mind. So if walking is that thing that clears, you gain clarity on, that's great. If hiking is, that's wonderful. Meditating, people will say, well, rhythmic meditating? Well, it is. There's a rhythm to it. We're breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out, right? So I'm going to share 3 things, but all of them really relate to the element of air. The 4-element theory is what I base all of my teachings on. The 4-element theory says that we as human beings here on this planet are soul and spiritual entities. And we have 4 elements that guide us, that compose us. And one of them is our brain. One of them are our emotions. Another one is our spirit. And the other is our physique, our body, our house for this thing. And each of those four things aligns with a different element. So the element of air is all around our brain. It's all about our brain. And when we have a clear head, we make decisions and choices that are aligned with our purpose. We make those abilities to step forward and make decisions that guide us. Right? They may not be the right decisions, but when you know that they're not right on target, you can easily tweak them. But more than not, with a clear brain, you can make decisions that are for your highest good. So all of this to amp up your clarity is all about making sure that you are able to stay in alignment with who you are, right? So again, if you're here live, just say hi. So three things, three simple things, ways to amp up your clarity. The first one is breath work, breathing. I did these three things before I went canoeing this morning. I got a really great answer to something that's been on my mind for a couple of weeks now. I've done this when I go journaling. I do this when I go walking. It's a simple thing. The first of these three things is breathing. And the reason we do breathing is to quiet down, right? And if you're focused on your breathing, if you truly focus in on your breathing, you can't think about anything else at the same time, right? And one of the simplest techniques for that is to breathe in one nostril and out the same one, and then breathe in the other nostril and out. It's the alternating nostril work. You can do it with a finger, or you can do it alone. And really feel the energy of the air flowing through your nostril and exhaling and feeling the air coming out. You cannot do this and think at the same time. You cannot think about the problem. It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. So before you go walking, hiking, meditating, knitting, journaling, take some time to take a couple of deep breaths, right? And use the alternating nostril technique, because it really helps hone in on that ability to stop thinking for a moment, clear out the cobwebs, and step forward with that clear head, right? Sometimes this will take a little longer than others. Sometimes it doesn't take long at all, right? But do that as you start engaging in that activity that clears your head, right? For me, this morning it was canoeing. Before I even stepped into the canoe, I just took a couple of good deep breaths. Then I went to step two, all right? So the second way to amp up your clarity, doing the things you're already doing to gain clarity, is affirmations. And we should all have 2 or 3 go-to affirmations that come to us just like this whenever we need them. You've rehearsed them, you've used them. They are aligned with you. They are not anybody else's affirmations, but they're exactly what you need when you need them. I have 3 that are my go-to. I've used them over and over and over and over and over again to allow me to step forward living my truth. So when I need them, they come now quickly. So the second way to amp up your clarity is to use an affirmation, because like breathing, you can't think about anything else when you are saying that affirmation. And it pulls you out of any anxiety, any stress, any negative thoughts, negative emotions, and puts you back into that centeredness. So we do the breathing for that peace of mind. We do the affirmations to get centered. In the Living Your Truth Sisterhood, I have a whole piece of content on creating your own affirmations, right? And how best to do that. Because I can tell everybody here the best affirmation is to say, I am blessed, I am capable, and I am strong. Right? I am blessed and I am capable. But that may not resonate with you, right? Because those words aren't words that you would use. You have to create affirmations that are based upon what you would use and what you want to hear and what nurtured you. Right? I had a really excellent mentor who had a great affirmation. And I couldn't figure out, I mean, everybody used it. She would start talking about it in a group of 100 people. Everybody would chime in. And it was a great affirmation about aligning for great results. And I couldn't put my finger on it, but something about that affirmation didn't catch me the way it did everybody else. I did put my finger on it. It starts out with, I am positively expecting great results no matter what I see in front of me. So yeah, I'm positively expecting great results no matter what I see in front of me. I see a bee, right? I had a bee in here. I saw a bee, right? I'm positively expecting great results that bee is not going to sting me no matter what I see. Right? So it gave me a yin up and a yang down. So I took it out, that piece about no matter what I see, and I created something else. And then the core message of that affirmation works wonderfully for me when I need to look at things positively, with less judgment, with more possibility. So when you need to look at, that's one affirmation, when you need to look at something about the possibilities. For me, I have another affirmation about courage, right? Okay, I've got to make that phone call. I've got to write that email, or I've got to come live on my community group, whatever it is. And I'm going to take one rising step, one vibrant rising step at a time. I'm going to take one vibrant rising step at a time. And I'll say that over and over again to myself. So that's about courage and moving forward. Another affirmation that I use is about feeling safe and supported. And it's simply, I am safe, I am supported, I am strong, I am successful, I am spirit. And that makes me center in on my purpose, on who I am, and being safe, because that is one of the key elements that we as humans need to feel, is safe, right? I've been using that one quite a lot during this COVID time. I am safe, I am supported, I'm strong, I'm successful, I'm spirit. Okay. The thing about the rhythm of why you go and do something to clear your head and to gain greater clarity, and doing something rhythmically and using affirmations, is you can use that. So if you are walking, you can say over and over and over again your affirmations. And that is really a great way to allow them to infuse into every cell of your being, because that's what you want for an affirmation, is for it to infuse into every cell of your being. So the crux of using the affirmations are being able to use them at the beginning of your rhythmical activity. You've cleared your head with the first thing, with breath work. Now you're getting into the rhythm. So I'm paddling the canoe. I'm taking one rising, vibrant step at a time, and I'm paddling the canoe. And I did that for a short period of time as I'm going forward. You can do that whether you're walking, you can do that whether you're hiking, you can do that whether you are twiddling your thumbs. If doing this gives you clarity, you can do it using your affirmations. I am strong, I am safe, I am supported, I am successful, right? So use the rhythm as you're beginning those activities with affirmations to help amp up your clarity. So that's the second thing. So first thing was breath work. Second thing was using your affirmations. And the third I'll get to. I just want to make sure. Hi, Carol. How are you? Hi, Kim. I hope you guys are doing well today. So we will get to the third thing to amp up your clarity. Right? The third thing you want to do to amp up your clarity is to be open to the signs that the universe gives you. Okay? When you go out on a walk or a hike and when you're knitting, it's not the time to go, okay, the problems are A, B, C, D, E, and F. And how am I going to deal with A, B, C, D, E, and F? The opportunity of being out in fresh air, of using this time to gain clarity, is to step away from that. So you can start looking at the signs from the universe, you know? What about that cloud up there? There aren't that many up there today. But what about that cloud gives me an answer? What about that sign? Because the universe is helping support you. If you create the intention that I'm going to go get some clarity, and you say, I have peace of mind. You say your affirmations, you get centered, and then you say, help me find the answer. And just surrender that up to the universe. The universe will fall in line and give you the answers. So this morning, I'm paddling around in the canoe and go down into the cove, and I get this, go that way. I want to just come back to the dock. I didn't want to go that way. But I got this clear message to go around the corner. And when I went around the corner, there's a beaver dam. And he's working really hard, this beaver. He's resilient. He's getting his stuff done. He's using his systems. Beavers use systems. You know, they go over, they cut down a tree, then they pick it up, they bring it in, then they put it on their dam. They're doing that for a purpose. They're trying to dam up this place to get a home for themselves, right? And I sat there and just looking around at his house, and I say to myself, I'm supposed to learn something here. What is it? And the beaver came out. And I don't know if you've ever, the beaver, and you've got the long tail, and he came out and he looked straight at me. I must have been, 20 yards away from me. He looked straight at me and he dove down. And then he comes up, he's playing with me. He's playing, the beaver's playing with me, right? And then he starts going off, right? He starts going off in the direction that he wants to go to. So he's going off, and I'm like, you are my message today. What do you want me to know? Be resilient, work the course, right? Work the steps. Don't get bombarded with everything, right? Coming in, don't get sidetracked, don't get unfocused, stay the course. Keep doing what you're doing. Be diligent, work hard, be resilient. You've got it. And I'm like, okay, that's the message, right? So if I had not been open to messages, I would have gone into the cove and come straight back home. I wouldn't have veered off, right? I wouldn't have said, that beaver dam's bigger. I wonder what's going on in there. I wasn't saying to myself, I have no idea how I'm going to resolve this challenge. I have no idea how I'm going to take the next steps forward. I have no idea whether I should switch course, whether I should start new on something else, right? I wasn't worried about it. I had cleared the decks so that the universe can divinely bring in the answer. And it was absolutely clear that I needed to be diligent and resilient and step forward. I knew I was going to use signs of the universe for this presentation today. Right? I did not know that I would use that example. I had another example lined up for you. Right? I did not know that I was going to use another example. Right? But that's how the universe works. The universe gives you great clarity. And as I'm paddling home, I'm like, oh, okay, these are the steps I'm going to continue to take, and I'm going to stay the course. And then I got that this is a great example. This is a great example of ways that you can use the be open to the possibilities. Be open to the answers. Look to the universe to give you those answers. Right? It's a great example. So the universe gave me a couple of different opportunities there to share with you. Have you guys ever gotten a sign from the universe? Right? Have you ever seen a sign from the universe? Hi, sunshine. Hi, sunshine. Just checking to make sure I'm still alive. You know how Facebook can be. So those are the 3 ways that you can use to amp up your clarity, because I know you're already doing the work. I know you're already going for the walks, using your journaling, knitting, hiking, canoeing maybe, right? I know you're doing the work to try to get clear. And now more than ever during this COVID time, it's so vital to find peace of mind, to stay centered, and to be open to the way the universe is gifting you their answers. All of these things seem relatively easy and simple, and yet it's hard to put them together sometimes. Okay? All of these things, breath work, I can do some breath work. But there's very simple breath work, and then there's very advanced breath work. There's very simple ways to use an affirmation. You just go, I am, I am, I am. But does that truly resonate with you? And that's truly the one that is designed for you at that particular moment. Okay? And looking for signs from the universe. You know, I know what a beaver means, but do you know what a beaver means to you? Right? I've spent a lot of time looking at the signs of the universe, whether they are when I'm crossing a railroad, whether they are when I'm on a walk in a park versus a walk when I'm hiking a mountain. It's very different. The energies are very different, but they're always there. Whether you're driving a car, right? And you're like, stoplight, you just went red on me. Why did you go red right now? It's a sign. Everything is put on in front of you as a sign. Okay? It's up to you to understand them and read them and allow them to be the compass on your path. And that's what we do in the Wise Living Your Truth sisterhood. We do this. Yes, Sunshine says lots of signs from the universe all over the place, right? All over the place. So we go into some advanced work with the signs from the universe. Just want to throw in here. In the Living Your Truth sisterhood, we do the work. I have content modules about how to create an affirmation that serves you, that's best based upon who you are and your purpose and your passions, not based on what a mentor says you should use, right? To a group, because they're not talking to you personally. They're talking to a group. So there's content there about that. There's content about the 4-element theory. That's the foundational content in there. There's content on breath work. I don't know when I'm opening up the sisterhood, again, as a membership, but if you want to be the first people to know when that membership opens up, head over to the link that I just put in the, I hope it showed up. The link that I just put into this time with you, and you can head over. Yeah, it didn't show up. Okay, we'll try it another way. We will try it another way. I don't know when the sisterhood will open up again. I open it up 2 or 3 times a year, but really just put your name on it so that it does become you can get information about it when it does open up. If it's right for you, it's right for you. If it's not, then it's not, right? But you can do that. I have one other thing for you too about kind of the 4-element theory, as well as the signs from the universe, all put into the concept of forest bathing, which is really about walking in concert with the universe, whether you are out in the forest or on a mountainside, or whether you're in a park, or whether you're just in your backyard, you can use this. So I have that guide, and I'm putting that up in the the chats for you as well. So those are some resources for you to consider as you continue to step forward, living your truth. Remember, as you go out to do those things that you are trying to gain clarity with, whether you're walking, hiking, knitting, crocheting, journaling, try one of these three things first. If not all three, do some breath work to get peace of mind. Use your affirmation to get centeredness. And be open to seeing the signs from the universe. That will absolutely amp up the ability to get greater clarity, more messages that help guide your course forward. Now more than ever, that's necessary. Right? So I hope this has served you. If you have any questions, throw them into the comments. I will, if you're here on the replay, #replay, I will gladly come back and support you as you go forward. I hope that you're having a wonderful Wednesday. We are on the Wednesday of a short week after a long weekend. Right? So it is over the hump day. I hope you have a great one, and we'll talk soon. Keep smiling, everybody. Bye.